So what it allows me to do as a teacher is get my students into the play as a play and not as something that's written in a book. It gives me the opportunity to have them think, to have them take on the role of a director, an actor, a producer, and make all of those choices. And that gives them more agency to take Shakespeare and own it. When I was using the Jekyll and Hyde graphic novel, it gave me a resource, A, to get them engaged in the lesson that day, and then B, for my students who struggle with reading, that visual is such a big boost for them, because then they can walk away saying, okay, I understand that. I understand what we just read, and now I have a clear vision of what it is. So for so many of my students, having that visual element can break open a story for them. The poetry, being able to hear the poetry spoken aloud, again, gives it that dimension of sound. One other thing I'm going to add for the ELA, there's a section called Comparing Mediums. Now, I've done this in my classroom before with one of the ones that's on DT+, which is Landscape with the Fall of Icarus. This gives me another dimension to that, where you're taking a piece of artwork, a poem, you're listening to the recital, and it creates intertextuality. And for teachers who want to incorporate that into their classroom, that's a big boon. Absolutely. The catalog that's offered on DT+ can come in handy in so many different areas, not just Shakespeare, but other plays, other books. There are, for books that it's hard to find a performance of, I've been able to find them, such as Animal Farm. Animal Farm is very difficult to teach because usually the film versions, it's not that it's difficult to teach, it's difficult to find a good film version. So having that offered here on the platform is a wonderful thing I can go right into. I love that. I've shared it with other teachers. They can use it. One of our teachers was using, our US history teacher was doing the Salem witch trial, and they ended up reading The Crucible in her class. It was an elective. And so I said, oh, hold on. I opened it up for her, and then she said, oh, great, I'm going to use this in my classroom. So it doesn't just fit English, it can fit other classes as well. But I would say for me, the biggest thing is it just gives me access to things I could not get anywhere else. It allows me to cross the curriculum. It allows me to address intertextuality in the classroom. And I'm a big proponent of it. I recommend it to everybody in my district, depending on what they're doing. It has been a big help to me, and I hope to see other teachers take it on, because it is a great resource where you have a lot of things that you need in one place. For me as an English teacher, the best thing about Digital Theater Plus is that I do have an entire library of materials there for me at a moment's notice that I can use without having to hunt things down. It's a big time saver for me. That's tremendous in today's day and age. And it's also something that I can have my students working on at home. I can flip the classroom. I can share it with teachers from other departments, and they can find something in it. It's, aside from just a matter of having access to so many wonderful resources, it is a time saver, and that's a big deal these days.